watching KWQC TV, making a difference in the Quad Cities. Live from the Quad Cities, with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel, this is Quad Cities Live.
You are watching Quad Cities Live. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Morgan Otier. QC That's Where. It's our partnership this past year with the QC Chamber and Visit Quad Cities, highlighting the people and businesses that make the Quad Cities a destination. More and more organizations are choosing the QCA for their businesses, meetings, conventions, sporting events, and much more. Joining us now is President and CEO of the Quad Cities Chamber, Peter Tokar. Peter, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. Just so much to go over since you joined us here in the Quad Cities. I hope you've been enjoying it. I know it's such a great place to just be with family.
It's been wonderful. I mean, it's hard to believe it's been almost a year since we've been here. And in that time, the community has been so welcoming to us. We've found so many different amazing things to do here in the Quad Cities. My kids are loving it. My wife is loving it. We're close to family now. So, you know, top marks to the Quad Cities so far this year one.
We love to hear it. That's great. Okay, so let's start just by talking a little bit more about the Quad Cities Chamber, the mission of the Chamber, and really how it works to support businesses and corporations.
So the Quad Cities Chamber is something that's near and dear to my heart with, you know, growing up in the Chamber. So, you know, the Chamber's sole purpose here in the area is really to connect businesses together. That's why it's called the Chamber of Commerce, doing commerce with each other. And so we've had a great year at the Chamber doing a lot of activities that have really focused on bringing businesses together, encouraging businesses to do that commerce within each other, and also building business networks and also relationships in the Quad Cities between our business owners. And so that's been a really great focus for us this past year. In addition to launching the Regional Economic Development Organization, Grow Quad Cities, to provide a little bit of separation of duties so the Chamber and economic development responsibilities have a little bit more defined roles within the Quad City. That's been exciting.
Yeah, and that was something that was recently announced at your annual meeting. So can you go into that a little bit more about what Grow Quad Cities is and what we aim to see from that in the coming months?
So you really think about it from an internal and external perspective. So the Chamber of Commerce has always been that internal organization. Think the community, connecting the community together inside the Quad Cities. What Grow Quad Cities, the regional economic development arm, will do is look at that external opportunity that the Quad City holds to businesses looking to relocate or expand into the Quad Cities, or for people who are looking for a change of pace, a change of life, and to really show them the assets and the opportunities that are here in the Quad Cities from a livability perspective, from a business perspective, and a total development opportunity perspective. So it really comes down to that internal opportunities once you're here, and then the external opportunities as kind of like a sales arm to sell the Quad Cities to those that may want to come here.
To draw people here, which why wouldn't they? So does that have anything to do with, I've read a lot about regional site readiness or the term field to fame.
Yes.
So those go hand in hand in some ways?
So, you know, when companies and organizations are looking at coming into an area, especially when they're looking to build new, so a lot of corporations will take existing buildings that are here and renovate them, or they'll start from scratch, and that's called greenfield development. And so when you talk about that field to fame, it's taking a piece of land, raw land, and making it into a corporate headquarters or a regional manufacturing facility or some type of bio and life science, you know, advanced manufacturing facility, and garnering the fame from that. So now we've took, you know, basically raw land, and we've made something out of it. So that's where that field to fame comes in. And part of that is that regional site readiness. And so in order for us to be able to have those opportunities, we need to have properties and lands that are basically called shovel ready. So that means the utilities are there, the sewers there, everything is ready for that piece of land to be developed, because that significantly cuts down the time it takes to develop those properties.
Makes sense. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the initiatives that we've seen over the past year, the projects. There have been so many. Downtown Bettendorf, we've seen you know, a lot of changes and growth in downtown Bettendorf. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, our downtown, our downtowns this year went through kind of a, they have to renew their tax, it's called the SMID, the SSMID, the tax districts. So every so many years they have to go back to the landowners, and they have to re-vote to keep that downtown tax enabled for economic development. And so Ryan Janzi, who's the executive director of Downtown Bettendorf Organization, worked really hard this year getting that support, and he got almost universal support across the board this year for the renewal of the SMID district, which is a really big win for downtown Bettendorf.
That's great. And then beyond that, I mean, we are seeing really the resurgence of downtown Rock Island with Arts Alley, and a lot of that has happened in just the past couple of months. It's so exciting.
Yes, I had a chance to go to the Arts Alley opening.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I forgot my coat, so I was freezing there the whole time. It was that one cold day of the year. But what an incredible kind of kickoff to the downtown Rock Island redevelopment. And you know, Rock Island Development Authority down there with Jack Cullen is doing amazing things. The city of Rock Island and the mayor need to be commended for the investment they've made in that downtown to really try to bring up that streetscaping to a more pedestrian-friendly and commercial-friendly environment, and it's working. I mean, there was, even on that cold day, there was a ton of people there, and it was a great day.
Celebrating, absolutely. We've seen the streetscaping as well, and the work on the alleys in downtown Davenport, which has been huge. I don't think I've spent so much time over the summer months hanging out in an alley and really enjoying myself. So yeah, it's been really great to see all of it here on your screen. 6 major projects in downtown Davenport alone at $12 million, and there's the streetscape and alley beautification that we were just talking about. So much more to come, of course, as we wrap up this year, and so much more to look forward to. Peter, thank you for joining us today and kind of wrapping up the year with us, and we look forward to see what's next.
Absolutely, a lot more to come.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, still to come throughout today's show, we're going to be highlighting QC Chamber businesses and organizations making a major impact on our region. Organizations like Impact Life. We'll hear more after the break.
QC, that's where we work best when we're together. QC, that's where is brought to you by a partnership with the Quad Cities Chamber and Visit Quad Cities.
Welcome back. Now, with Kyle still on paternity leave, I'm helping Morgan today as part of QC That's Where. And we're featuring a nonprofit founded in 1974 as an independent community blood center. Many here will remember it as the Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center, but over the years, services were expanded in Illinois, Missouri, and Wisconsin. So 3 years ago, the organization changed their name, and they are now called Impact Life.
Impact Life is a community-based nonprofit based here in the Quad Cities. We've been in service for 50 years, and it's our 50th anniversary this year. As of right now, we have 800 employees across our 4-state service region, where we supply blood and blood components to over 120 hospitals, as well as emergency management and emergency medical services. Most blood donors have been impacted by family or close friends that have needed a blood unit. My personal story is that my mother needed a unit of blood when I was in college. And I gave then, and I continue to give today. As a matter of fact, I just passed my 28th gallon of donations. And it feels very good because it's such an easy thing to do.
And then that blood will end up in the hospitals, in their blood banks, so that it can be used for those patients that require transfusions for a number of different reasons. So really, blood touches every age, every population, and it's needed all the time, every day, every hour.
There's also an area where we are leading industry right now, and that's in pre-hospital transfusion.
Can we get blood products faster and safely outside of the hospital environment where maybe it's needed in more quickly, in a much more accessible way?
So we've currently partnered with 18 different service providers in our region where we put blood components on helicopters and in ambulances, and they go to the site where it may be needed.
And we're seeing that it's saving lives. You know, we're seeing that people are getting blood faster. And what we're hoping to see through, studies is that it may save blood products further later, so that where the patient's arriving, it may require less blood upon arrival. A lot of times we'll actually state how blood is medicine. Blood is a form of therapy. And that's because there are situations where a patient will not be able to produce their own red blood cells, their own platelets, their own coagulation factors. That happens, unfortunately, in patients who have cancer. So in that way, transfusion is medicine. It's extending their life and it's keeping them alive until their bone marrow recovers.
You know, here at Impact Life, if we think about our growth and the leveraging of the scale, where we've gone from first servicing just the 2-county region to now servicing 4 states and greater than 120 hospitals, that scale has afforded us the ability to maximize operations.
One of them that really is happening in an incredibly rapid way is in the area of cell and biotherapies, which is using the white cell part of blood to treat and cure diseases.
We've partnered with a drug manufacturing company called Dendreon, where we help manufacture a drug called Provenge. This innovative technology actually is an autologous unit of blood collected, and a white blood cell from the patient, in this case a male that has prostate cancer, is sent to another laboratory where they will put a marker on it. And that marker will actually be reinfused into the patient and only attack the cancer cells. So when we think about innovation and advancing medicine, this solid tumor treatment is the first and only FDA-approved treatment for cancer. We are one of the first centers to provide that service.
I think that this is really incredible stuff. And the Blood Center is starting to get involved in this, both from the collection aspects, from the research aspects, and possibly being directly involved in the patient care side of things.
Impact Life in 2021 went through a rebranding process. And while Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center had very large impact in our community where we were, it talked about a geography, not about our mission. And we landed on Impact Life, which speaks to our mission and what we do, not a geography. So as we've made this transition, it has brought us all together under one flag, under one mission, under one vision. This pharmaceutical truly impacts lives. It changes lives. It extends lives. It gives another birthday. It gives another anniversary. It gives another holiday. At Impact Life, we do not do the work that we do without the graciousness of our blood donors. It starts there. So I would love to take this opportunity to say thank you for giving the gift of life, because it truly is a precious gift. While I'm very, very proud of our foundation and our history, I am more excited about our future, because we are at a pivot point where we are investing in advancing medicine. So I'm very excited about our team and the ability that we have to transform medicine, not only today with what we do in the transfusion medicine space, but also with where we're going in the future with advanced therapies and cellular therapies. And I'm awfully excited about our 50th year because we have just a beautiful, wonderful foundation based on the great people that work at our organization that is going to lean us forward for the next 50 years.
That's a great overview. And joining me now from Impact Life is Chief Operating Officer Katie Marchek, along with Kirby Wynn. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
It really speaks to what people may not realize, is that the Blood Center no longer is about collecting blood and delivering it to hospitals. Katie, let's start with you and talk a little bit more about the many changes in technology that have kind of changed your mission.
Absolutely. You know, when you think about how we would have collected blood in the past, you know, we've been around for 50 years, and you look at how it's changed today. We have apps with, you know, apps on our phone. We have computers. People can look up where they can donate, what what mobile blood drives there are, where can they schedule, they can fill out their pre-donation questionnaire. There's all these things that before would have been very manual and very paper focused. And so when you think about all those changes, we've made it easier for people to access our services and easier for them then to come in and to donate with us.
Let's talk a little bit about how you've expanded your reach, Kirby. You know, it's not just the small region now.
Right.
You go into Wisconsin and Missouri, as we mentioned.
Yeah.
Why did you expand?
You know, going back to that 1974 founding, that was the merger between Scott County and Rock Island County Medical Society blood banks. So the organization that they established in 1974 it made sense to call it Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center. Well, now we're serving larger and more consolidated health systems that has taken us up to Madison, Wisconsin, and north of there, and south to St. Louis, where we were working last weekend with the big event, to Danville, Illinois, to parts of, large sections of eastern Iowa, from Dubuque over to Ottumwa in the south. So that larger region represents more consolidation of blood providers. We have had mergers and working together with new organizations, and also health systems that are thinking along those lines too, and larger as a region.
Yeah, it makes you more efficient. There are new challenges, though, in terms of getting people to donate and to keep this engine running, right? What are some of those challenges, and how have you addressed them?
Yeah, so I think definitely this time of year, our calendars are always full. And now the holidays come, and now they're even more full. So we're trying to see our loved ones. And so things have to fall off the calendar to make that work. And unfortunately, traumas continue, and people continue to have needs for blood. Our cancer patients need those platelets. And so we really need to make sure that we're encouraging our community to come out, donate, especially over the next couple of weeks when times will be busy, but our times aren't necessarily this busy. So the need stays the same, the supply isn't always the same. And so really encouraging people to come out over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, and we were talking before, years ago at Christmas time, you used to offer to wrap Christmas presents to get people to donate blood. Now you've partnered with the food bank. Tell us about that.
Sure, yeah, the Good Giving program is a really great opportunity. But when donors come to give blood, they're given a voucher. They can redeem that for an electronic gift card or get points to use in our donor reward store. Or this third option is make a donation, give an equivalent amount that is going to support food banks operating across our region, but River Bend here in the Quad Cities. And throughout this year, we've looked back, we see blood donors have contributed more than $60,000 to various different causes that we've supported through Good Giving all throughout 2024.
Yeah. Well, it's been 50 years and the future looks bright, so keep up the good work, and we appreciate you both coming in.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, coming up, we're going to learn more about Quad Cities Live and highlight our area organizations in QC. That's where Western Illinois University has a new president, and she has deep roots in the Quad Cities. Get to know Dr. Christy Mindrup next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Welcome back. On the Mississippi Riverfront in Moline, Western Illinois University Quad Cities is a public four-year university designed with a metropolitan lifestyle in mind. Whether in person, online, or a hybrid schedule, WIU-QC works to keep students engaged while still enjoying the benefits of internships, employment, cultural experiences, and entertainment within the Quad City community. And now someone with Quad City ties is at the helm. Meet WIU's Dr. Christy Mindrup.
I'm a sixth-generation Quad citizen. My family is from the Quad Cities, and so we've been here a long time. And I think the area is woven into the fabric of our family, and so it becomes part of your DNA. But it's exciting to be part of a university that has a presence across the region, and then right here along the banks of the Mississippi River as well. I started as a night and weekend receptionist, earned my master's degree through Western Illinois University, and chose to stay here and pursue a career and my education. And now serving as interim president, I've realized that my career and my life are strongly connected to what Western Illinois University is all about. The mission of Western Illinois University is to prepare our students to become leaders within our communities. And so we want to provide academic programs that are preparing a workforce, that are educating people to serve as leaders, whether it's in schools, businesses, manufacturing, or any of the programs, and preparing our students in our general education and programs like criminal justice, business, education, law enforcement, and so many more, so that life after graduation, not only do they have fruitful careers, but they're also giving back to the community through their time and talents. The Quad Cities campus, I think, is designed on experiential learning. The community is the campus for our university students. They're living, working, whether they're part of a family or raising a family, they truly are really woven into the fabric of the community. And our faculty, our curriculum, and our classes are intentionally designed to integrate with our community. It was really exciting to be part of a process where faculty, staff, and especially our students got to be part of designing what the campus looks like inside the buildings and outside the buildings. And so the flow of campus, the spaces it offers, these were all things that came from the imagination of students and of course guided by our architects. We also just have some feature views on campus, and so I often like to say that the opportunity to inspire the imagination, part of that comes when you extend your focal point. The classrooms are all equipped with technology, and so we want students to be able to have experiences where they're engaging with technology because we know that's what they'll be doing after they graduate. Some of our highlighted spaces, first I would mention our engineering labs, the ultimate in hands-on learning where students apply and learn mathematical concepts of physics, concepts of chemistry, and then take those ideas, those formulas, and those theories and actually apply them to build something in one of our labs. Western Illinois University is known nationally for its criminal justice program and truly is one of the top programs in the country. And Western, it was actually founded as a teacher's college back in the late 1800s. And so Western Illinois University continues to be an excellent provider of educators to our community, our region, and beyond. Again, our alumni are everywhere in our schools. There are counselors as well. We have a strong mental health counseling program within our police forces, within our leadership. We have student interns who are engaged with employers. Many of them, that's what their career choice ends up being through those experiences. And so some of our major employers throughout the region, they're seeking Western Illinois University graduates, and we're helping them place them. Volunteerism is really important to the student experiential learning process at Western Illinois University. We actually have a new initiative called Volunteer Link, which is a resource that students can utilize to connect with volunteer opportunities here in the Quad Cities community, whether it's working with the Humane Society, YMCA, Big Brothers Big Sisters, food co-ops. There are just a number of opportunities where students can both contribute and also learn from those volunteer experiences and make an impact positively on our community. Western Illinois University looks forward to opening our bilingual early learning center right here in Moline, Illinois. Students from 0 to 6 will come for childcare, serving our families, and then also creating hands-on experiences for our students, apply good principles, and really make a difference in the lives of our youngest citizens and their families. There's a lot of conversation for young people. Where are you going to go next? And certainly I think I reflected on that as a young person and even throughout my career, thinking about what other opportunities are. But there's something about this Quad Cities area that really keeps you here. This is a great place. It's a great sized community. There's so much to do here, and throughout my career especially, so much to learn and so much to build. Whether students are coming to us as citizens of the Quad Cities or whether they're discovering the community because they've been drawn to Western Illinois University, we know that our graduates are contributing to the quality of life of the area, and Western Illinois University is contributing to the quality of life of our students.
Up next on Quad Cities Live, we take an in-depth look at Modern Woodmen of America, a company that's called Rock Island home since the 1800s. And Black Hawk College and its mission to help students of all ages achieve success in their careers and their lives.
And now your first alert forecast with Teresa Bryant.
Well, we started off the day with quite a blanket of fog over the region, reducing visibilities down to less than a quarter of a mile for many locations. That fog now has lifted, and we will soon see a gradual decrease in cloud cover through the rest of this afternoon and into this evening. This will be followed by more clouds moving in and rain snow chances by Tuesday night. As you can see, visibility has improved greatly across the region, and as we take a look at some of our traffic cameras, you're even seeing a bit of sunshine out there for some locations. So finally starting to clear out to our west. Still a lot of cloud cover here in the Quad Cities with a reading of 40 degrees. Temperatures ranging from 37 in Galena to a reading of 50 degrees in Keokuk, 48 in Mount Pleasant, 38 degrees in Galesburg, 40 degrees in Davenport. Again, winds still moving out of the west at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, and still seeing clearing taking place off to the west across much of the state of Iowa. As a matter of fact, we will see most of those clouds pushing out of our area by this evening, and then looking for mostly clear skies through much of the overnight, maybe a few passing clouds early tomorrow morning, and then a gradual increase in cloud cover throughout the day as our next system takes aim. This is going to be a Clipper type system that sweeps through the region during the evening and overnight hours. We'll start off with a little bit of light rain across the southern portions of our viewing area, some light snow everywhere else, and most of that changing over to all snow through the overnight hours as we head into early Wednesday. Most of this out of here by the time the morning commute takes place, and we shouldn't see much of an impact there as far as the snow showers are concerned. Temperatures dropping down to 29 degrees, a few clouds during the overnight. Daytime highs back in the 30s to the north, 37 degrees in Stockton, 39 in DeWitt, 40s to the south, 40 degrees in Muscatine, 44 in Monmouth, and the Quad Cities looking for a reading of 40 degrees. Again, increase in cloudiness, mild conditions expected, but that's going to all come to an end after that. We're looking at readings dropping down into the 30s for Wednesday and again on Thursday, with a chance that we could see a few light snow showers north, then readings near the 30-degree mark as we head toward the end of the week, back in the lower 30s, even a few upper 20s through the weekend. So it looks like we're going to be seeing a little bit of a chill out there, but could see some milder temperatures across parts of our viewing area. Again, things looking pretty good out there for the region.
Thanks, Teresa. Up next, QC That's Where. We'll take an in-depth look at Modern Woodmen of America, a life insurance company with headquarters on Rock Island's riverfront.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
QC That's Where. It's where we find a financial services organization owned by the members who use it. We're talking about Modern Woodmen, located along the Mississippi River in Rock Island. And the company's president and CEO also has deep roots in the Quad Cities.
I've actually lived in the Quad Cities my entire life, born and raised here on the Illinois side in East Moline. And my wife was an educator in the area for 40 years. We raised 3 kids here, and they went to the East Moline School District, and actually area colleges. I had one go to St. Ambrose, one go to Augustana, and one go to Western, so we supported all the area colleges as well. I've been with Modern Woodmen about 41 years, and I started on the administration side, and then moved over to the sales side, and then became Chief Operations Officer for about 8 years before becoming President and CEO. Joseph Cullen Root was our founder, and he was sitting in church one day, and he was listening to a sermon about clearing the trees from the forest, about people's problems. And so Mr. Root thought about that on the financial side and thought, well, you know, we should be able to clear people's financial problems as well. And that's where Modern Woodmen got its start in its name. So in 1883, Modern Woodmen was established in Lyons, Iowa. And then in 1897, they moved the home office by rail down to Rock Island. But actually the home office moved to to this building in 1967. And it's nicely streamlined and fits very nicely along the river. And we recently put a sign on the building a couple years ago, so now it lights up. So if you're sitting at Modern Woodmen Park at a ball game, you can see what this building actually is with our name on it. Our mission is improving the quality of life for our members. So being a fraternal, we're owned by our members. And so everything we do is for the benefit of our members. But besides offering like life insurance and annuities and investment products, we also have fraternal benefits for our members. So one, for example, is our orphan support benefit. So if a mother or father is actually insured with us, or a child, and something happens to both mom and dad, that child receives $700 a month until they get ready to go to college, and then we give them $50,000 to go to the college of their choice. We've got fraternal leaders, and we have chapters. So if you buy a life insurance or annuity product from Modern Woodmen, you belong to a chapter. And within those chapters, you actually have like elected officials in the chapters, like a president, a secretary, and so forth. And then they have regular monthly meetings, and they decide in their communities what kind of good works they're going to do, or what they're going to get together and plan and have projects and things of that nature. We're major contributors to a lot of the capital improvement projects a lot of these nonprofits have. Gilda's Club's been a big benefactor of that. The Trinity Hospital, some of the area colleges, St. Ambrose, Augustana, whenever they have projects that they need assistance with, we help financially, but also just volunteer. We volunteer. Habitat for Humanity, we've helped build habitat houses. Earlier this year, all of our employees, we wrapped 5,200 trees over at our print, mail, and distribution center to be able to provide for Living Lands and Water to plant. We actually had over 251,000 volunteer hours last year. We didn't know Forbes was doing this study, but they actually went out and basically talked to consumers. And Modern Woodmen actually ranked 15 in 2023 and 23rd in 2024 as far as companies that were easy to do business with based on performance, quality, value, and price. And we've got the people, the culture, and the benefits. The benefits are second to none. And so it's a great place to raise a family. So besides just a great culture of Modern Woodmen, the community, it's hard to leave the Quad Cities. Even though we're here in the Quad Cities, a lot of people don't know what we do or what a fraternal is. We thought about what is consistent with our shared values in regards to quality family life, family activities, community impact, and we felt the Ball Diamond was a great match. And being so close, we felt that it was a great place to have our namesake, and it's just been a great opportunity and a great partnership.
Modern Woodmen Park won the Best Minor League Ballpark in America from the USA Today's Reader's Choice Award.
I hear our name more on the news every night than I did for the last 30 years prior to putting our name on the ballpark. But one of the things I never thought we'd do is advertise in the Super Bowl or an NCAA tournament. It was a surprise, but I was watching the Super Bowl with my family, and all of a sudden my son-in-law says, "Hey, look there's Modern Woodmen."
Modern Woodmen? That's a peculiar name for life insurance.
Zip it, Cookie.
All right, then.
It was a great evening, and everybody loved it. And just, the community's really embraced it. When you look at life insurance and you look at annuities, sometimes I don't think they sound too glamorous, but what they do for people is life-changing. And you've never really experienced anything until you've delivered a death claim. When somebody's lost a loved one, and you allow them to stay in their house, put their kids through college, or you've had somebody that's retired and been retired for 10 years, and they come up to you and say, if it wasn't for you, there's no way I could have maintained my standard of living in retirement, or done the traveling that I do, or take care of my grandkids, because you made that happen with our retirement products and annuity products. And once you do that, you get the bug. It's like, okay, I really make a difference. I know what I can do for these people. When you look at how to protect your family and what order of financial products should you purchase to do that, our folks are there to advise at all levels. And I think that's something that we're really, really proud of. And that's one thing, too, that we really feel good about is that, hey, we're in 47 states, soon to be in 49 states. So wherever you're at, probably not too far away from you, there's a Modern Woodmen representative.
And now you know. Well, coming up on QCL, learn more about Black Hawk College with several campuses and its mission to help students of all ages achieve success.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Welcome back. The Quad Cities is a place where you can start your college experience, finish your degree, or prepare for an entirely new career. And that's because we are home to Blackhawk College. With multiple locations and opportunities to learn in person or online, students of all ages are finding support and success. Take a look.
Here at Blackhawk College, our mission number one is to serve students and to help them reach whatever their goal may be. College itself is not their final destination. We're a vehicle to get them there. And we do that by making sure we meet them where they're at. Maybe that's tutoring or disability services or mentoring. We have just a large amount of programs to help students reach their full potential. We serve those who are going straight out into the workforce, and we have those who are in more traditional transfer programs. So if you want to be a nurse or cybersecurity or one of our many ag programs, we have all that range of programs that are available to you. But we also have more of the non-traditional students. Maybe they chose not to take college directly out of high school and went into the military, and we have quite a few veterans that come in.
Blackhawk College is the next step in my career. I do want to join the police department. That was my job in the military, was military police.
I think college provides you with so many more opportunities than just studying and learning what you're doing, but learning about yourself. I plan to continue my education and go back home to a university and go into healthcare.
I wasn't the best high school student, and Blackhawk was one of the first schools that responded to me right away, was interested in giving me the opportunity to prove that I could be a better student. So I'm actually majoring in psychology with a specific major in substance abuse psychology.
For Blackhawk College, it's more of a starting point for me since I was homeschooled. I wanted to get used to what it would be like to go to a big school and have professors and due dates. I would like to become a forester, where I could become either a forest management or get more into the dirt and water science of the forest.
We have a veterinary science program that is just top notch. Last year, in fact, 100% of our students who sat for their state exam passed.
Here at Blackhawk, we have the animal ward where we keep dogs and cats that we get from local humane societies, and we spay and neuter them and make sure they're updated on all their vaccines, which I think is an awesome opportunity. And then we also work with the community to go out on farm visits. We went out to different cattle farms to help vaccinate their herds.
On our East Campus, we have our what we call our competitive teams. This is our agricultural horse-based program, so livestock judging, soil judging, and horse judging. In addition to that, we have an equine program, and this year they will be celebrating their 50th anniversary, and they have won more national titles than any other equestrian program in the country.
I'm involved on the Western riding team. You can use a school horse, which we have very high-end, nice horses that we can use, so that's extremely special. Or you can bring your own personal horse, and you can continue their education and work on some things that you're needing help with. And then if we go up top to the ag professors or any of the general teachers, and you ask them a question, they would be so willing to help you, and everyone has a smiling face.
I really think I could go to any of my teachers, and they're like family to me.
If you have a valid excuse, just email them, tell them what's going on. And for the most part, very, very understanding.
The flexibility, especially being a dad. Sometimes deadlines get overlooked. Can't predict when kids are going to be sick. So it's very personalized. It encourages you to kind of advocate for yourself.
Student life here at Blackhawk College has a lot going for it, and it continues to grow by the day. We get to enjoy a breathtaking campus. It sits in the middle of several ravines surrounded by trees. All buildings are connected through tunnels and walkways and bridges. And over here at the Quad Cities, Building 3 just opened, and so that's athletics in the front part. So men's and women's basketball, men's and women's soccer, baseball, softball, volleyball, and golf. And then all new state-of-the-art science labs and computer labs throughout the building.
I appreciate the community here. Like, there's no tryout to be a part of the community. From staff who are willing to be flexible with you to the student body who's very active in a lot of events, but just very social place to be.
I'm from the South, and I was really scared to come here, but the people here in the community are so nice, and it always feels like you're at home.
To help create opportunities, we partner with our local businesses and industry, and we do that in many ways. One way is through our business training center, where we're offering trainings directly to our employers. That's really driven by what they're telling us their needs are. So our curriculum is based on what they're telling us that they need. And then finally, we offer opportunities for our students by partnering with local industry through internships. If you're a student and you're coming in and you're trying to decide, is this where I want to be? The best advice I can get you is come visit. Feel the family atmosphere. Everything looks and feels new, but at the same time, you're going to be greeted by individuals, faculty, and staff that are looking out for you.
There's a few people who we've had that come on tours, and I'd say they're leaning towards coming here just because, again, people are attracted to that family atmosphere, and that's exactly what you're going to get here.
College can be scary. The whole idea, where you want to go. Here at Black Hawk, we make that transition easy for you. So regardless if you're the first in your family that's going off to college or you're 65 years old, you're going to find your way here with us here at Black Hawk College.
And for a look at Chamber events or more on how you can become a Chamber member, visit QuadCitiesChamber.com. That wraps up our special edition of Quad Cities Live. I'm Marsha Lenz. Your News at 4 is up next.